Struggling with the Outside Christmas Decorations by Colton. Well, here we are again. It's Christmas time once more, which is a very special holiday, where people give others presents, and also receive presets too. But before Christmas comes, we need to decorate, not just by putting up a Christmas tree, or some ordinary knick-knacks, but also decorations for outside the house. We want everyone to know that we're festive too. So, here we have the man bringing out the box of the outside Christmas decorations. The man looks at the box, then looks at his house and thinks, "Are you sure these are all gonna fit on the house?" So, the man carries out the ladder and decides to put the lights up first. So, the man grabs his staple gun, then one end of the lights, then starts climbing the ladder. As the man gets to the roof, he starts stapling the lights onto it. While he does this, he hums a little Christmas tune of "and quat, here comes Santa Claus," and quat. As the man gets halfway through stapling the lights, he gets into a tangle. So, the man struggles with the lights, like he was in a wrestling match with them. The lights are actually winning though. So, as the man does the final staple of the roof, he thinks, yes, victory. Then he asks his wife to plug in their end. The wife grabs the other end, then plugs it into the outlet. The lights come on for a moment, then go out. The man thinks to himself, and quat, "Oh no, a dead bulb is somewhere amongst these," and quat. The wife tells him to take a break. The man says, and quat, "No, I'll find the dead bulb first," and quat. So now the man goes through the string of lights one by one just to find the dead bulb. As the sun slowly descends for the day, he thinks to himself again, and quat, "I don't care if I'm out here all night. I'm gonna find that damn dead bulb. And when I do, it'll be deader than it already is," and quat, which doesn't make any sense. But to the man in this state of mind, it does. Eventually the wife gets her husband off the roof, so they could eat. As they sit there in silence, which is an awkward moment, the wife politely asks, and quat, "How is the decorating coming?" and quat. Now asking that question to a man who's looking for a bulb that's dead is like asking a woman, "Hey, did you have your period today?" So, the man responds, and quat, "It's going well, honey. I love this goddamn holiday, and putting those damn lights on the roof, which I don't want to put up in the first place," and quat, "It's that hard, huh?" and quat, responses the wife. The man gets up, then walks away from the kitchen table. The next morning, the man walks outside, climbs up the ladder, then laughs. He thinks he has come up with a plan. But sometimes a man's plan fails, don't they? So, the man goes through all the bulbs again. As he's doing this, the wife walks outside, then asks, and quat, "Aren't you supposed to be at work?" and quat. The man responds, and quat, "I ain't going to work until I find this damn bulb. If you want to, you could go to work while I stay home and sit on my ass all day," and quat. The wife slowly walks towards the house, stops, then looks at the ladder. So, as the man continues looking through the bulbs, the wife knocks the ladder over. The man hears a big thud on the ground, looks, then sees the ladder laying on the front lawn. The man says, and quat, "Are you crazy? How do I get down now?" and quat. The wife responds with, "You're the man, you figured it out," and quat, as she walks into the house. So, as the man now is stuck on the roof, he has nothing else to do but try to find that dead bulb. The man goes through all the bulbs for a third time. As the wife sits on the couch, she hears a banging sound on the roof, then a thudding sound. She gets off of the couch, then walks towards the living room window. All of a sudden there's a screaming sound. The man falls off the roof, gets his leg wrapped around the cord, then dangles in front of the living room window. And quat, "Oh my God," and quat, responds the wife. So, the wife helps the man down. The man groans, then thinks to himself, "I think I found the bulb." The wife doesn't care. She just wants to bring him inside to get warm and rest. So, as the man takes a nap, the wife puts a blanket over him, looks outside the living room window, then smiles. As the man finally wakes up, he hears a lot of commotion outside. The front door of the house opens. The man walks outside and sees all the neighbors putting up the outside Christmas decorations. The wife looks up at the man and smiles. And quat, "See honey, you said putting up Christmas decorations was hard work by yourself. It is, but with some help, you could get it done quickly." And quat, as the man smiles at the wife, he approaches her, then gives her the biggest kiss he's ever given her before. A neighbor appears on the roof, and quat, "All right, the lights are all fixed. Plug it in." And quat, the wife hands the plug end to the husband. And quat, "Your decorations, your setup, you do the honors, babe." And quat, the man smiles, grabs the plug end, then puts it into the outlet. The outside Christmas decorations turn up. People are clapping and cheering. The wife looks at her husband and tells him, and quat, "Merry Christmas, babe." And quat, the man looks at his wife, then says, and quat, "Merry Christmas to the most beautiful, wonderful and smart wife ever." And quat, the man and woman end up kissing again. So, it goes to show you, if you plan on decorating the outside of your house for Christmas, do a few things. First, check to make sure you have enough room for your decorations. Second, make sure the lights are working before you put them on the roof. And third, if you're struggling with putting your decorations up, remember, you have neighbors that might be willing to help you, especially if you have a smoking hot wife. Merry Christmas everyone. And quat. The end.